In the winter of 2024, an unexplained broadcast began airing on local channels across the globe. It wasn't scheduled, nor was it traceable to any known media outlet. It would appear at random times, interrupting news reports, weather forecasts, and even streaming services. The screen would glitch for a moment, then fade to black. A voice, deep, distorted, and layered with static, would speak a single sentence. "Are you listening? This is not a test." The broadcast would last exactly 7 seconds before the original program resumed, leaving viewers confused and unsettled. Social media exploded with theories. Some claimed it was a government experiment. Others swore it was a marketing stunt for an upcoming horror film. But the truth was far worse. The first deaths came weeks later. A family of 4 in Minnesota was found dead in their living room. Their television was still on, tuned to static. Each body bore identical expressions of terror, eyes wide open, mouths frozen mid-scream. The cause of death? Cardiac arrest in all 4. Authorities tried to suppress the connection, but leaked photos from the crime scene showed something disturbing. The phrase, "Are you listening?" scrawled in blood on the walls. As the broadcast continued, self-proclaimed investigators on Reddit and TikTok began piecing together patterns. The interruptions followed no logical schedule, but were concentrated in regions experiencing unexplained blackouts and rising missing persons reports. A YouTuber named Darren West uploaded a video analyzing the audio from the broadcast. Using advanced sound software, he isolated faint whispers buried in the static. The whispers weren't random, they were coordinates. 3 days after the upload, Darren's channel disappeared. His last tweet read, "They know I'm listening. If you hear it, do not follow." Despite Darren's warning, curiosity led many to investigate the coordinates. Each location revealed abandoned structures, an old hospital, a decrepit radio tower, a burned-down school. Yet, in every case, investigators reported hearing faint voices that weren't there before. A group of 4 streamers decided to visit one of the sites live on YouTube. The stream began normally, but halfway through their camera started glitching. For 3 minutes, the screen showed a single image, a woman in silhouette, standing in the corner of a dark room, her head tilted unnaturally. The stream abruptly ended. None of the streamers were ever found. Experts began to theorize that the broadcast wasn't just a signal, it was a contagion. Those who heard it began experiencing symptoms: headaches, vivid nightmares, and paranoia. Worse, some claimed to hear the voice outside of the broadcast. It whispered from their radios, their phones, even their children's toys. A survivor shared his experience in a viral TikTok. It started with the TV, but now it's everywhere. The voice. It knows me. It knows my name. Last night it said, "Are you ready?" A hacker group known as Ghost Relay broke into the signal's origin. What they found defied explanation. The broadcast wasn't from Earth. It was a message, a warning from beyond the stars. According to their findings, the phrase, "Are you listening?" wasn't a question, it was a command. The signal wasn't just asking for attention, it was opening a door. As Ghost Relay's findings spread, the broadcasts intensified. Entire cities were plunged into darkness. The voice grew louder, more insistent. People began disappearing en masse. The survivors banded together, determined to fight back. Using Ghost Relay's hacked files, they located the epicenter of the signal, a cavern deep beneath the Arctic ice. A team of specialists, scientists, hackers, and soldiers was sent to investigate. What they discovered was horrifying. An ancient alien device pulsing with light and sound, its origins older than humanity itself. The device was alive and it was learning. The team's last transmission was garbled, filled with static and screams. But one clear phrase emerged before the signal cut out permanently. "You've already listened too long." Weeks later, every screen on Earth displayed the same haunting message, written in stark white letters: "Transmission complete." Humanity never recovered. After the final broadcast, the world fell into an eerie silence. Televisions, radios, and phones stopped working. The internet went dark. Those who had survived up to this point huddled in their homes, afraid to speak or even make noise. Some believed that the silence meant the end had finally come, while others suspected it was only the beginning. In the heart of the Arctic, where the device had been located, the ice began to crack. Satellite imagery revealed something rising from beneath the surface. A massive structure, metallic and organic, pulsating with a faint rhythmic glow. It wasn't a machine, it was alive. The survivors started calling it the Hive. The survivors soon discovered that the silence wasn't universal. In isolated pockets of the world, faint whispers could still be heard, not from screens but from the very air around them. These whispers spoke in dozens of languages, yet the message was always the same: "The door is open." Those who heard the whispers would vanish within days. Entire towns disappeared overnight, leaving behind only cryptic markings scrawled in ash or carved into stone. Circles within circles, resembling the pulsating light of the Hive. Scientists who analyzed the markings found something disturbing. They matched patterns in human brainwaves associated with fear and submission. The Hive wasn't just a machine or an alien life form. It was a predator. Desperate to stop the spread of the whispers, a global coalition of governments and private companies attempted to destroy the Hive. They launched missiles, detonated bombs, and even tried to collapse the ice around it. Nothing worked. One soldier's helmet camera captured their last moments. The team approached the Hive, weapons drawn. As they neared, a deafening hum erupted, followed by a blinding light. The video ended with the soldier screaming as his shadow was burned into the ice. His voice echoed long after he was gone. "It's inside me. It's inside me." When the footage was leaked, it became clear. The Hive wasn't just a predator, it was a virus. As weeks turned into months, those who survived noticed something strange. The people who had disappeared began to return. At first, they seemed normal, relieved to be home, hungry, tired, but there was something off about their eyes. Their pupils had a faint flickering glow, like the lights of the Hive. These people weren't themselves anymore. They spoke in monotone voices and moved in unison, like puppets controlled by an unseen hand. They began spreading the whispers, forcing others to listen. The Hive wasn't trying to destroy humanity, it was assimilating it. In the final days, the Resistance managed to hijack one of the remaining satellites to send out a message. Do not trust the ones who return. Do not listen to the whispers. The Hive feeds on fear. If you're hearing this, you're already too late. The broadcast was cut short as glowing-eyed figures stormed the bunker where it originated. The last thing anyone saw was the lead scientist, staring into the camera, his eyes beginning to glow as he whispered, "The door is open." Years later, the Earth was unrecognizable. The sky glowed faintly with the same pulsating light as the Hive. Cities were overgrown with alien flora, their tendrils spreading like veins across the planet. The remaining humans lived in silence, hiding in underground bunkers, too afraid to make a sound. But even in the silence, the whispers found them. One by one, they disappeared into the glowing horizon, leaving behind only echoes of their final words. Are you listening? The Hive didn't just want to conquer Earth. It wanted to transform it into something entirely new, a world where every thought, every sound, and every soul belonged to it. And as the last human vanished into the light, the hive's glow intensified, sending out a single pulse that echoed into the stars. The message was clear. Next. Light years away, on a distant planet, a small child sat in front of a flickering screen. The program they were watching was interrupted by static, followed by a voice, a deep, distorted voice layered with static. "Are you listening? This is not a test.